Sarah came home early from work because of a headache. The house was quiet, except for the sound of water running in the toilet. She walked quietly towards the sound. Her heart raced. She reached the door and slowly opened it, and there he was, caught completely off guard, holding a caramel lotion bottle and looking guilty. He said, "It's not what you think. I was just relieving stress." Sarah screamed, "Stress, ke? Inside my house? With my lotion?" From that moment, Sarah knew something was seriously wrong. Bills were unpaid, rent was due, and the man she married, well, he was not the rich tech bro she thought he was. Once upon a time, before all this drama began, Sarah had just graduated from the University of Lagos. She had barely settled into a new job as a bank cashier when one evening she decided to unwind at Coco Lounge. The air inside was a mist of expensive perfume and the delicious scent of barbecue fish. The lights were dim and the music was soft, washing away the stress of her day. Sarah just wanted to relax. Tunde was already there, sitting alone. He was clean cut with a neat beard, and his gold chain was shining under the low light. He had a glass of red wine in his hand, and his car key lay casually on the table. To Sarah, it was a silent show of words. In her mind, she thought, this guy must be loaded. After Sarah settled in with her drink, Tunde walked over, a smooth, confident smile on his face. "Hi, beautiful," he said, his voice as calm as the music. "I couldn't help but notice you came in alone. Can I get you a drink?" She hesitated for a moment. A little voice in her head wondered if he was genuine or just another guy looking to flirt. But his smile met her guard, and soon they were talking deeply like old friends. He told her he was a front-end developer, building websites and apps for clients abroad. He spoke with the quiet confidence of a man who seemed to have his life figured out. Sarah felt like she had finally found her perfect match. That night, she called her best friend, the world's stumbling heart. "Babe, Tunde is different," she gushed. "This guy is well loaded. Full package, oh. And to be fair, he pampered her from the start, with gifts, dates, even surprise lunch deliveries to her office. He showered her with attention." Sarah felt like she was living a dream, a perfect fairy tale with no end in sight. 3 months after they started dating, Tunde proposed at a beachside dinner. It felt like a fairy tale. It was romantic and the kind of moment Sarah had always dreamt of. Right after she said yes, Sarah was still glowing and staring at her ring when the waiter arrived. She pointed to the seafood platter on the menu, but Tunde said, "Babe, let's order chicken and chips. That's what I want to eat. And you should eat what I'm eating. Na sign of love, oh," he said and ordered. For a moment, she was disappointed, but she swallowed it down, convincing herself that little things like food didn't matter. After all, this was the man who has just made her feel like a queen. But when she told her friends and family about her engagement, not everyone was excited. Her best friend said, "Sarah, are you sure about this? Isn't this too soon?" When she told her mother replied, "My pikin, dem no dey rush enter marriage o. If you rush in, you rush out." Sarah smiled and replied, "Mom, I'm 28 and I know what's good for me. Tunde is perfect for me." She ignored the warnings and followed her heart because she believed she was in love. And sometimes love makes you ignore all the red flags. 2 months later, they had a court wedding and a small rooftop reception. And then she moved into his place. The shocking truth hit her like a cold shower. Tunde was not rich, The house was a simple self-contained apartment in Ikorodu, not the house on the island she had always visited him at. When Tunde saw her disappointed look, he said, "Babe, let's just manage for now. My domiciliary account is having some issues and I have invested some of my money in a new crypto coin. It will pay off soon." Sarah was confused. Where was the house on the island? The car? "Oh, the car belongs to my cousin," he replied. "And the house? That's my uncle's house. He just returned from abroad with his family. I didn't have enough time to get a new place. But don't worry, money is coming." 1 week after moving in, Sarah realized she had not married a tech bro. She had married a bum. All he did was carry his laptop and wear his favorite Arsenal jersey, lounging in the parlor in the name of working on a new website. In reality, he was watching memes on TikTok and arguing with strangers in the comment section on Twitter. The expensive dates were gone. The gifts stopped coming, and Sarah slowly realized she had been sold a dream that didn't exist. Tunde always asked Sarah for everything, as if she was the man of the house. "Babe, DSTV don't expire o. Abeg, recharge am, I go pay you back." "Please, babe, send me 5k for data. I will pay you as soon as this my new client pays me." When groceries ran out, he would say, "Babe, just buy them. I will pay you back once the issue with my account is settled." Soon, she was paying for everything. Rent, food, fuel, even his toiletries. Her ATM card became his personal bank. Even the POS lady down the street knew Tunde by name. One afternoon, Sarah tried to help. "Babe, I can talk to my office for you. Maybe they can give you a job, even if it's just as a driver." But instead of gratitude, Tunde was angry. "So you want to disgrace me? I should work as a driver because things are rough. I thought you loved me, not for money. If you truly love me, you will stand by me. Marriage is not a bed of roses." He made her feel guilty for wanting the very stability he had promised. The dream was gone. The nightmare had only just begun. And then that day happened. Sarah came home from work with a headache. The house was unusually quiet. She pushed the bedroom door open slightly and saw him holding a lotion, frozen in shock and looking very embarrassed. She felt a sharp pain in her chest. In that moment, she finally saw him for who he was, a man with no job, no focus and no respect. The problem was not the lack of money, it was the endless lies. He was nothing but lazy and dishonest. She felt sick to her stomach and called her best friend, her voice shaking with anger. "I think I married a big problem who came with bees, not blessings." Her friend answered quickly, "My dear, you didn't marry a zaddy, you married a zazu." From that moment, she knew the marriage had no future. She had married a liability. Her love for him started fading fast. Every naira she worked for, every meal she cooked, every care she gave, she felt it was all wasted on a man who refused to grow up. Quietly, she started protecting herself. She hid her ATM card in a safe place inside her Bible. It was a quiet way of saying, "Never again will this man touch my money." She stopped cooking and stopped caring. "You no longer cook. Babe, I've been eating noodles for days now." Tunde complained, looking confused. "I'm busy with work," Sarah replied coldly. Some days later, she went to her mother for comfort. "I told you not to marry that guy. It looked like trouble, but love made you blind," her mother shouted. For the first time, Sarah didn't argue back. Quietly, she began to save money. She sent money to her sister's bank account to get ready for her escape. When Tunde came to her begging, "Babe, please borrow me 50,000 for some days," she just frowned. She was not going to trust him anymore. Then came the final straw. Sarah came home and saw that the fridge was gone. "Where's the fridge?" she asked. I sold it, Tunde said, like it was nothing. I needed money for food and data since you stopped cooking. He sold the fridge just because she wasn't giving him money anymore. A moment later, he packed a small bag. Babe, I'm traveling to Ibadan to see my uncle, he said happily, not knowing what was about to happen. When he came back, he walked into an empty house. The only thing waiting for him on the table was a divorce letter from Sarah. He was not even sad. He just gathered his things and left for Ibadan, already on the hunt for his next benefactor. Sarah rebuilt her life. She was finally free from the lies and fake promises. The last she heard about him, he was selling fake perfumes on WhatsApp and living with a single mother in Ibadan, doing small chores for her, servicing her in the other room in exchange for food and a place to stay. Sometimes, love makes you blind, but in the end, being honest with yourself and having self-respect always wins. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.